Already in progress. I think the audio's rolling. Yeah, 6 minutes of audio. So I'll put this on my SoundCloud. Anyway, so this is why the teacher has to practice the technology. You are joining an already in process pandemic preparation lecture in English 2130 Topics in American Literature at Tennessee Tech University in Cookeville, Tennessee, where we had a tornado. And now we have a very serious tornado. And now we have the pandemic that the entire world is dealing with. I will make a live presentation on April 8th, and I will condense everything I was going to do in that unit. I'm going to tell you about your final in just a minute. These are the blog due dates. Let me go on my website. I changed the points to accommodate the changes. We had 10 blogs. We now only have 9 blogs. You're welcome. Okay, let's see. American Literature. Okay, so the Walk the Line blog was due on Wednesday. I bumped that back from the Monday to Wednesday due to the tornado. If you have not done your Walk the Line blog or your Johnny Cash blog, that is still due. All right, your Grateful Dead blog is due on the 30th when we get back. Your poetry blog is due on the 6th. Your fandom narrative is due on the 13th. I will teach these. I'm sorry, I taught the poetry already. If you missed that day or you need a refresher, I'll send you some links and some other ideas to get you inspired. But I will teach the fandom project on the syllabus day there. I think I will do a lesson. I think I've got it down there that I'm going to do a lesson on the hippies. What does it say? It says, yeah, on the 8th I'll present the hippies. I'll present fandom on the 1st and hippies on the 8th. But notice I'm not having a live lecture every day. And I hope that most of your teachers don't do the same. I will provide a synchronous option where you can watch it live, but I will also archive it as well. And I'm going to do the audio as the video, because with the audio, maybe you can listen to it at the gym or in your car. Think of me as your podcast. Think of me as a podcast. All right, so where was I? Okay, yeah, so the grades. Okay. So notice blog 10 is gone. I gave an extra point for the fandom narrative, so it's now worth 20 points. All right. I had another creative final idea planned that I told you about early in the semester. If you have collected any of those notes, probably most of you haven't, but if you have, you can add those to the blog option. But basically, you're going to make a YouTube or Spotify playlist. Does everybody have the final exam handout? Let's go over that really quick. Okay. So back in the day, we actually had mixtapes on cassette, and we actually recorded from vinyl, from the radio, and things like that. And sometimes people would mix in like spoken word. I remember when my baby mama was pregnant with my daughter. Well, her name's Lisa. When Lisa was pregnant with Ruby, I made Ruby a mixtape, and I put in like goofy like jingles, like kiddie stuff, like Disney stuff and stuff off a kid's record I had when I was a kid. So mixtapes, people sometimes record live radio, and then they record off their records, and sometimes they would copy music because they couldn't afford it, and they'd give it to your friends. And so instead of, this is before people were downloading, right? Your friends would give you a mixtape, and you'd get to learn new music that way. This is pre-Apple Music, before Spotify, before YouTube, before not Netflix, Napster, before all that stuff. I encourage Spotify. I am a Spotifist. I'm really good at Spotify, and I'm really, it's a very easy to share way. So the songs themselves will be curated in Spotify. Others refuse to use Spotify in the past, have used YouTube, SoundCloud, other sources like that. I do not subscribe to Apple Music, and I prefer that we do not use Apple Music, and I apologize in advance to all you Apple people. So what you have to do is come up with a theme. I'm suggesting a theme related to the course, such as the counterculture, identity quest, the wild, hippies and spirituality, other unique themes in American culture. But you're going to create a mixtape of 15 songs with an American theme in mind. And then you're going to write out the names of the songs and the artist, and then you're going to write a little blurb describing the song. That's an annotation. And then you're going to create, probably on the Ning, because I don't think we have very many other options, a blog that is pictures and notes and just random things. In the past, when we've met in person, we've done a fanzine, which is a little booklet, a little homemade book that we used to make in the 80s, and we would give each other or sell to each other at shows where we'd write articles about our favorite bands and stuff like this. And when at one of my online presentations, maybe on my fandom presentation on whatever day I said I was doing that, I'll be at the house. Hopefully I can show you some of my fanzines that I did, and maybe I'll tie in the fandom presentation with